Peace, love, light, and Black Power family. It's Goddess Aayanna, and I wanted to talk a little bit today about Black relationships, but I wanted to keep it balanced, of course, by bringing a brother on near and dear to all of our hearts out here in this social media world, in this activist world. Brother Remy gonna get up on here with me, and we're just going to discuss a little bit about Black love and Black relationships. Let me see. I see you in here, Remy. Oh, okay. Here we go. Peace, family. Hey, how are you doing?
How you doing?
Good.
Appreciate you for allowing me to jump on.
You said what?
Appreciate you for allowing me to jump on.
No, thank you for coming on, especially on such short notice.
Ooh.
But you just had me on your podcast, and we were talking basically Black love and Black relationships and certain things. And I just wanted to get your take on something I said to you after the call was off. And it was a really good conversation. I really enjoyed that conversation, that podcast. It was dope.
I need you back on.
But okay, yeah, for sure, anytime. But there was something I said afterwards, and basically I was just saying, you know, realistically, Black women right now are in a desperate situation when it comes to finding a partner in life. Right. And I think that leads us to make all type of interesting decisions. So what do you think about that? Do you think that that's true, or do you think that, you know, maybe not so?
Right now, our Black women are excelling our Black men through the way it's set up to be.
Right.
So what ends up happening is you find Black women who are successful, or did go to college, did everything the right way, and either, and then this is my opinion as a Black man, that some of our Black men don't know how to receive that woman who's at a higher level than them. So we have two type of things that end up happening. You have a Black man who can't take the fact that she's doing better than him. And then you have the Black woman that doesn't know how to allow a Black man who isn't on her same level to be her equal.
Okay. Ooh, that's a good one.
You know what I mean? So what ends up happening is, because every once in a while we do see a successful Black man and a successful Black woman come together. The problem is the way the systemic oppression is being put down on our people. A lot of our Black men are in situations where we don't have master's degrees. We don't have doctorates, because we are like what I tell a lot of my sisters when I'm talking to them, I say, you forget that a lot of the Black women that you saw that have these degrees and went through college, there was a Black man that supported her. Like I saw a Black woman the other day put up a post, my ex paid for me to go to college, paid for me to be better. Is it wrong that now that I'm at this level, I'm graduating college, and I got this good job, that I don't want to stay with him anymore? Exactly. So she got this man who she thought was the best she could do. He helped her get where she had to go. And then she left him. And that goes on both sides. This is not a one-sided thing. Right. Black men aren't doing that to Black women.
Yeah,
you know
we are doing that to each other. It's really wild. It's really wild now I think about it.
Like I was talking to somebody else, and this is a homegirl, and she was just giving me a hard time, but she was like, in college, she ate well because she would go on dates.
Okay.
So she only dated guys when she wanted to eat.
You know, and that's I think that's a problem. I'm sorry. It's funny to me because I actually see that. I actually see.
Something happened to
a man. The men that they're interested in won't even take them out on a date. You know, it's like wow, because wow. We have a lot.
And so what I tell people is that I don't see it as a Black man or a Black woman issue, because it's happening to both sides. I see it as, in our community, we've lost what a relationship is. We've lost the idea of what it means to be in love with each other. We have a mistrust, a misguiding, and a false identity of who we are and how we love each other.
So how do you think we should love each other? You know, just from your opinion, what's a healthy black love look like to you?
I can only base off of my relationship. My girl checks me, but also allows me to be strong when I need to.
Mm-hmm.
I just told her today I appreciated her because I got sick. I couldn't sleep last night. I was up all night.
Uh-huh.
But I've been working my ass off to make sure we could pay rent.
Right.
And she got on the phone with her friend, and it's a guy,
Mm-hmm.
and she made sure, she said, he did this, he did that, he did
Mm-hmm.
this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And we have to understand each other's fragilities. Let me put it that way.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's
Mm-hmm.
where I see that misconnection when I see people not understand what it means to submit. Hold on one second. Bye, baby. I love you. When I talk about submitting, it's submitting to the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I submit to my woman because one thing I understand, my girl is very emotional, right?
Mm-hmm.
So even when we argue, I don't feed into it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I understand and I told her the other time we got into a huge fight. She started losing. I said, "Are you really doing this?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. So chill." I said,
Mm-hmm.
"I'm gonna go in the living room and sit down. You
Mm-hmm.
have your moment. I'll
Mm-hmm.
check you in the morning when you're ready to talk again."
Uh-huh.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of
Can I ask you a question? I'm sorry. Did you have your father in your life or a strong?
yes, but I had no mother.
Oh wow. Okay.
My mother abandoned me.
Oh
And my
wow.
father. And every
Okay.
chance she had to be a mother, she abandoned me. The day my father died, you know what my mother did?
What?
She attacked me.
Oh my God. How old were you?
This has just happened in January.
Oh my.
My father died in January.
Okay. I'm so sorry to hear that.
It's okay. But I'm just trying to show you. So when I
Mm-hmm.
hear black men talk about mommy issues and why they don't respect black women,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't judge every black woman off of my mother. I judge every black woman off of every strong black woman that helped support me when that woman was nowhere to be found.
Okay. Got you. Got you.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
had great homegirls that looked out for me. I remember being locked up on 219th and White Plains Road, and the homegirl who was in the car with me took my car, took my
Mm-hmm.
work, brought it to my mom's house, parked my car,
Mm-hmm.
and picked me up when I got out of jail. Like,
Right.
I had real black women around me. So I'm not gonna weigh my issues, my mommy issues, but don't get it twisted.
Mm-hmm.
I also picked a woman that was strong enough to support me. When I say you have to embrace that person's weaknesses,
Mm-hmm.
before you can leave me, I tell you to get out. So when my girl got into it one time in the beginning, I said, "Get the fuck out of my house." She said, "I'm
Oh
not
man.
going nowhere." And
Okay.
it threw me well because I'm so used to women just dipping like my
Right.
mother did.
Uh-huh.
That was my
Oh.
mommy issues.
Right.
And she said, "I'm not going nowhere." And
Mm-hmm.
so I didn't know what to do because I've never really had a woman. Every woman just dips when it get hard.
Okay.
And then I said, "Well, I'm going to go to bed." She goes, "You go to bed, I'm going to sleep on the couch." And then in the morning was like, "Are you hungry?" I'm like, "Are you going to poison me?" She goes, "Shut up, stupid."
Aw. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And at that moment, that was for me like one of those things where when shit got hard, I kept fucking fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Because like my dad said, my dad has 5 kids, 6 baby moms.
Okay.
My dad, the reason why he loved my girl was like, you can find a woman to love you.
Mm-hmm.
You can find a woman to fuck you. You can find a woman to make you feel like a king. What you won't find is many women that will support your dreams.
Ooh. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Mine found me in a 1-bedroom apartment sharing it with 2 other brothers
Okay.
and supported my dreams to the
Mm-hmm.
point where I'm now the main breadwinner for our family.
Okay.
And when I say support, I'm not always talking about money.
Mm-hmm.
But when I decided, okay, guess what? I need to learn how to be a filmmaker. I got to take a dead-end job.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, okay, I got your back. You can do this, babe. When we had dates planned out and we got up and I got a call at 6 o'clock in the morning and said, can you be on set at 7?
Mm-hmm.
Before I could say anything, she got up and was like, you got a sandwich? I'm like, I'm so sorry. I know you took off of work. I know you scheduled to be with me. And she goes, this is your dream.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. This past week, I got hired by a company an hour away. I had to work my ass off,
Mm-hmm.
and we still had to pay rent.
Mm-hmm.
She said, take the job. I'm like, I don't know when they're going to pay us. She said, take the job. You've been
Right.
blacklisted. I've been blacklisted for a year. I haven't worked for a year in
Okay.
what my career was.
Oh, wow.
So this is my first time shooting. She goes, you want this? I know you do.
Uh-huh.
She goes, but you know what she did while I was doing that?
What's that?
She drove Uber
Okay.
to make sure that no matter what, we
Y'all
would
was
still be
straight.
able to pay bills. So it's like many times I hear a lot of women, I'm not sticking with no striving artist that don't know what he wants. I'm not telling you to stay with a dude who says he wants to be a musician his whole life and he's not changing.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, if he's actively really putting in the work, you got to know how to tell the difference.
Right, right. And I think that that's something that we might need help. Our young ladies need help, and our young brothers. We all need
Thank
that
you.
spirit of
Thank you.
discernment.
Yes.
Because honestly, I think a lot of us, if we would have known that from jump, we wouldn't have ended up in relationships, long-term relationships, or ended up having children with people that we don't feel are compatible with our dreams and where we feel like we are going for our future, the direction of life that we're taking. Especially, it's like a lot of us, we fall into whatever people kind of want to say versus the actions. And I think that if we're taught to follow someone's actions and see how people act earlier on in life, like during the teen years, we can see like, okay, who's really about it, who's really not. Because one thing that I tell people, especially the sisters in my sister circle and things like that, it's for me and for a lot of the women that I'm around, it's never about like, oh, can he handle everything, like blah blah blah. It's like, okay, does he have a direction, does he have a hustle, what's he doing, like does he know where he's going in life? Because we know, like, if somebody doesn't really know where they're going, how are they going to help lead you? And as women, especially the women that I'm around, we're very in tune with our feminine nature, so we understand that we need, as women, we need our black men, to be able to lead, you know what I mean? So I think, like you said, that
I hate to
discernment.
quote Cat Williams.
You said what?
I hate to quote Cat Williams.
Mm-hmm.
But for black women,
Mm-hmm.
if your man is a drug dealer selling weed this year,
Mm-hmm.
and he's a drug dealer selling weed next year, leave him.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because
Okay.
he's
I
not
feel
trying to
you.
motivate to do anything better than be
Right.
settled.
Right.
That's what
Mm-hmm.
I mean.
Yeah.
Last year,
Mm-hmm.
I was shooting for Master Chef. The year
Okay.
before that, I
Mm-hmm.
was a PA. The year
Okay.
before that, I was working a dead end minimum wage job. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And every year she supported me in getting better.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? This
Yeah.
year now, I've been working my own job. I haven't had to work for nobody. Today
Righteous.
was the first time I booked a job that I had to work. I mean, the past couple of days.
Okay.
So, the person you're with, man or woman. Okay, prime example. My friend has a thing called Taco Tuesday. So they were talking about relationships.
Okay.
And the problem that I see in this day and age, progression facts, is
Okay.
that people are dating for financial reasons and not love.
Mm-hmm.
You see a lot of people who do not want to be homeless, so they
Mm-hmm.
stay in a relationship and they're not in love. They're just roommates.
Right. Right. That's
You see what
real.
I'm saying? I used to be a dancer. I hate to say it. Most of the black men that I see date white women, do you know why they do? Because they let them drive their cars and live under their house and don't
Why?
expect nothing from them. You can't do that with a black woman.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I tell my sisters, if you
Right.
have a black man and you have a car and he doesn't, and he's not asking you to pay your car insurance or put gas in your car, he's playing you. It's
Okay.
not a problem that your man has less than you. But where in your life, where in your union, is he adding some positivity to your life?
Adding
My girl,
value.
when she met me, I had no car.
Mm-hmm.
She had a fucking Audi.
Okay.
I paid her car insurance
Audie.
because
Mm-hmm.
she drove me everywhere.
Okay.
I got out. I pumped her gas. I
Right.
made sure her tires were good on her car. I made sure she paid her car insurance on time.
Okay.
You see the balance? It
Yeah.
doesn't matter if you got a car and I don't. Where am I adding to the relationship? Now,
Right.
if she has a car and I'm driving her car when she go to work, and then when she get off and there's no gas in the motherfucking car, and I'm like, yo, babe, your car needs gas. So what the fuck was you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same flip. And this is one thing me and her had to argue about in the beginning. Don't let me go to fucking work all day and I come home and there's nothing cooked.
Okay.
You're not cleaning the house. A big problem I have with a lot of women, a lot of my homegirls, let me rephrase that. I can only speak about my experience. A lot of my homegirls, their man will go to work and come home, and she looks the same way she did when he left home that morning. She may have washed her ass, but she didn't clean up herself. She didn't make him come home to feel like I have a beautiful woman at home. And then when he gets comfortable, she wonders why the girl at his job who put on the thong and put on the makeup is getting his attention. Never get comfortable.
Right. But you know what? Even on that tip, I think what it is a lot is that this feminism has made women detached from their divine feminine energy, because I think it's kind of natural and innate. Like, we can pretend that looks and appearances don't affect our men.
That
you know,
part.
we can pretend that, but women know this has always been a power of ours. It's beauty. We always know that we can use beauty to help our men feel good. That, you know, when we looking good and we out with our men, that make them feel good.
But it's not just women; it's men too. I work out you know what makes me feel good? When I go out and girls look at my girl and goes, "That's your man?" And she goes, "Yeah," and they go, "Oh, he's cute." You know what I'm saying? Like, men, we got to do the same thing. I see brothers end up with women and they get fat as fuck and don't take care of themselves.
Yeah.
I want my girl to feel good about it. We all want somebody that when we walk out, people are proud to be with them. I love walking down the street and see men look at my girl. When I go to clubs and go to shoot events, I laugh because men will sit there and talk with my girl. I'm sitting over and they're like, "You're not going to say nothing? Why should I? My girl got this." You know, I want to see that. A lot of men are really sucking. Yes, a lot of men suck with hygiene. A lot of men forget what it is to mean. Somebody wrote this earlier. I pride myself on one thing. I make my girl laugh. She can get mad as hell at me. I will make her laugh, and I can get out of most of the trouble I get into.
Oh Lord.
But you know what I see other brothers do? They'll make the girl at their job laugh, but don't tell their woman at home a joke to save their life.
Right. Combo dead. That's
There's
real.
no Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that's real, you know. And I think that's one of those things that when we deal with somebody for a long period of time and we start, like you said, getting too comfortable, then when the new thing comes around, you know, this is new and kind of sparkly, because I don't got no more sparkly at home. You know what I'm saying? This is new and kind of sparkly. You know what I'm saying? So we put a lot more of our fun and youthful energy, the same romantic, fun, playful energy we had in the beginning with our partner. We're putting it off with somebody else new. Like I said, that's sparkly and new, you know? But
that's the problem is so you know me, I always like to talk about solutions. So the only solution I can give people is I gave everybody this little thing. What do you talk to your kid about when they come home? And it worked out great. A lot of parents were asking their kids different questions.
Okay.
I do the same thing with my girl. I ask her, who you been talking to? Not what man you've been talking to. Which one of your girlfriends are you talking to? Are they happy? Like, me and my girl got this thing now. Every week, no matter what, we're going on a date.
Oh, wow.
We're both going to dress up, put on something nice. She going to smell good.
Okay.
And we going to go find somewhere different to go to. Even if we just walk the pier. At nighttime, instead of sitting in front of the TV, we go on a walk.
Okay. Yeah.
Last night, we walked to the smoke shop.
Okay.
But it was a walk. And we put our phones in our pocket, and we talked.
Righteous.
That's how I'm saving my relationship after 6 years. That's how I keep the spark.
Righteous.
And if you really want to know what you can do, black men, if you want to know what you can do to make your woman's fucking, mind my language, pussy curl, kiss her.
Oh, yes.
Don't worry about fucking. Walk up to your girl, look her in her eye, get as close as you can, and slowly kiss her like they do in the motherfucking movies. And watch her give you some great, fat fucking loving.
Brothers, please.
After I kiss my girl, she smiles. She's in there cooking for me. I walk up out of nowhere and I just grab her and I kiss her. Come here, little mama. Come here, girl. I got you, baby. Look, look. That's what I remember OGs teaching me.
Righteous.
We forgot that separation. You know what I mean? I brag about my girl everywhere I go. I can't get into a conversation with a woman without bringing up my girl first.
Facts.
Because I want everywhere I go, people, even my business thrives because people are like, I love how much you love your girl. So when it comes to a time for them to book somebody, they call me.
Righteous.
I don't know why it is, but trust me. So that's my message to the black men. You want to keep your woman happy? Take care of yourself. Take a motherfucking shower, no matter where you're going. Iron your fucking clothes. Pull up your pants. And kiss your woman like it's the last time you ever gonna see her. Because as black men, that could be your reality.
Right, right.
I'm a filmmaker. I always think of movies. And so I want my girl, the last moment she should think about me, should have made her stomach hurt because it was butterflies. And so for people who love music and hip-hop, you want to refer to Nipsey Hussle. Look how much that woman loved him. He worshipped the ground she walked on.
Facts.
I know people want to act like, and I know me and you think differently on this, but I don't believe you should have more than one woman if you can't make one woman feel like she's up floating in the sky.
I can agree with that one.
So that's my piece of take on that.
Righteous. Well, I appreciate you so much for coming on here and discussing this with me. Of course, I'm gonna want you back on here soon. Really enjoy your insight. So yeah, brothers, please pick up that gem. That was so many gems right there. I appreciate you so much.
And I thank you because you speak for both sides. I tell a lot of people, I speak to men, and I always hear you speak to women. And when you do speak about men, it's not out of hate. And we need more sisters like you that are willing to allow us to know what y'all are going through, allow us to know what y'all feel, without it feeling like hate.
Right.
That's a hard part for a lot of women because we forget that men have emotions.
Right, right.
We forget that we have a voice that needs to be heard. You know what I mean? And people forget that. And sometimes, although you are telling the truth, it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Righteous. That's real. That's real. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too, Queen.
But all right, thank you.
Thank you.
And I will be having him back on here shortly, so stay tuned. Peace, love, light, and Black Power family.
Yes.